pictures of the planet for 2 days. The spacecraft went behind some of Saturn's rings and through others. The pictures were transmitted 1 billion miles back to Earth. After Voyager 1 completed its job, it headed into empty space.
All right, and again, looking at Voyager 1, looking at the TV cameras and the pictures that they took. All right, Tareen, Voyager 1.
Voyager 1, about the size of a compact car, carried 10 scientific instruments. They measured planet temperatures and studied the atmosphere. They also sent radio signals back to Earth. The 2 TV cameras could point in any direction. Scientists built a computer on the craft to command all activities. It kept Voyager 1 on course and made repairs. The equipment was powered by a nuclear generator beneath the spacecraft.
All right, and looking at this picture here, you can get some idea of what Voyager 1 looked like. All right, just to know that it's the size of a compact car and that it has cameras doesn't really give you a good description until you actually see what it looks like. And that's what the photo essay will help you do. All right, Melissa?
Before Voyager 1's journey, astronomers thought Saturn had only 6 rings. This picture taken by Voyager 1 shows that there are actually hundreds of small rings close together. They look like grooves in a phonograph. Scientists cannot understand how the rings manage to stay together. They seem to
Defy.
defy the laws of space.
All right, you still know what a record is, right? Okay. You know all the little grooves in a record. All right, that's what they're saying these rings look like. It's not just one ring, but there are a lot of little rings. And seeing these pictures, seeing this picture here, you can see all these rings going around, what they look like.
They're all separate? I mean, like each and every one is separate?
They're actually hundreds of rings, it says, very close together.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's what it says. There are actually hundreds of small rings close together.
So that's how they thought it was 6, because they just got a telescope view and they couldn't
That's
see
right,
it.
because they were so close together. Remember what we said when we were talking about the compass and making lines of symmetry, how they end up being on top of each other, and they'd look like it'd be a thick line after a while. That's what happened with the rings, same thing. All right, Sarah?
Voyager 1 made many discoveries about Saturn's moons. Announced that Titan, Saturn's biggest and brightest moon, is wrapped in
Nitrogen.
Scientists had thought it was
Methane.
methane. This is a picture of Titan enveloped in the chemical shown in blue. Other photos from Voyager 1 revealed 3 moons that scientists never knew existed.
Okay, and again, you can see the picture at the bottom of the page. All right. Do you think that if you had just read those paragraphs, you would have gotten as good an idea? All right. When you do your photo essay today and tomorrow, the same thing should happen. You should give the people some information underneath your pictures, but what we want to see is your picture. We want to see them with some kind of continuation. We said you could do a party, a vacation, your family, anything that has some continuity to it. All right? You can't pick a picture of something that happened to you when you were 2 and then something that happened to you when you were 10 and then your trip to Florida last year, all right, and then your pet, 5 years ago. And what you're going to have to do is decide on your pictures the order they're going to go in. All right? They have to go in a particular order. You certainly don't want your picture of you coming back from your vacation as number 1 and then you down at Disney World as number 2. All right, you've got to have the right order. What you're going to do is you're going to get some paper to tape the pictures on. The first thing you're going to have to do is decide about an introductory paragraph. All right, you're going to have to write an introductory paragraph which is going to give you, or the person looking at your pictures, some idea of what your pictures are about. Then under each picture you're going to have a caption. 1 complete sentence about your picture. Don't want a lot of detail, all right, and I don't want long paragraphs. I only want 1 sentence under each picture. After we finish these, they're going to be up around the room so everybody can see all the pictures and read all the captions. All right. Remember, if you brought in pictures, How are you going to tape them so that you don't ruin the picture? Sarah? All right, and on the back, and if, can I take one of your pictures? And if you do that on the back in a couple of places and then stick it onto the paper, all right, then when we take the picture off, it won't ruin the front of the picture. That's why I told you. Well, you don't want to do it on the paper part, but it won't ruin it. The tape will come off of the back of the photograph. All right. One large sheet of construction paper, you should be able to get your paragraph. You should be able to get your paragraph here, and probably you'll get 2 pictures here. Most of you have about the same size photographs. We'll see how we can lay it out so that you will have your 3 photographs here, a caption under each one of these. Your captions have to be complete sentences. Questions about that? First thing you're going to have to do, though, is think of an introductory paragraph.
And the introductory paragraph should be like, I'm doing this and that, and this is...
These are pictures of my trip to whatever when I was so-and-so.
Be a particularly long paragraph.
No, a few sentences just to introduce what your pictures are going to be. All right, what your photo essay is going to be. All right. I'm going to give you a few minutes now to work, probably about 10 or 15 minutes. Then what I want to do is go back and finish reading Through the Looking Glass that we started yesterday. We're going to have some different characters in it today, and we'll read the second half of it. All right, so we can work until about 10 after or so. Some of you, anybody else skipping spelling with coupons? Because I want them now if you're skipping them.
Can we work on our photo essay first and then...
If you want to work on your photo essay, yes, I'm going to get you paper for that.
Those pictures have had a lot of wear and tear.
I would prefer if you not fold this paper for your photo essay. If you don't finish it today, we'll leave them on the counters. You'll have time tomorrow to work on them. But I'd rather them not be folded. How old were you then? No, it doesn't look like you. Okay, wait, let me pass out paper, then I'll come back to you. A lot of you aren't going to look like you did, remember we talked about that, how you look compared to how you looked when you were 4 or 5. Is that you, David? Is this you?
My dog. She was 2 months old there.
How old were you there? Now, so you look like you were, or is that more recent? Oh, that's why it's recent.
Not last Thanksgiving, but the one after that, 91.
91's Thanksgiving. Before you do any taping of your pictures, let me have your attention, please. Before you do any taping of your pictures, I want you to lay out your pictures to make sure they fit. If you have longer pictures, you may have to hold it this way, depending on how your pictures will fit. I want no more than 5 pictures. If you have more than that, you're going to have to edit them and decide which ones you're going to use. And you should have at least 4. Remember, if the other people don't bring in pictures tomorrow, you're going to be drawing pictures that go along with an essay. You get pictures in here. We knew about this Friday. You're going to have to draw lines, yes. You're going to have to draw lines here, write your paragraph, all right? Then place your pictures where you think they're going to go when you bring your new pictures. And then you're going to have to leave enough space so that you can write a caption underneath each one. like Disney World, SeaWorld. Yes? What's this? Where is that? Universal. No, I didn't go to Universal. I went to MGM. What's that one? Is that Universal too? That's MGM. When was that? Recently?
It's kind of obvious, but who do you think that is? Does that look anything like me?
Yep. Looks like your eyes. I think
Your
it does.
sister.
Okay, excuse me. All right, question. All right, let's get to work, please. Let's not waste the time. You're going to have a chance to look at all of the pictures once they're all done and hung up around the room. All right, question. How much of the newspaper is sports news? Well, you're going to have to look here. This whole thing is the newspaper. What part is sports news? Okay, so how much is that? You can either say it with 5 pages, or you could say the fraction, either one. Excuse me. Ryan? And if you don't have your pictures, then you should be working on your spelling.
Do we outline the pictures so we know where you're going to put them?
No, I just want to make sure that they're going to fit. Leave enough space for your introductory paragraph. You might be better off to put your paragraph on the top and put 2 pictures and then put 3 on the bottom. Well, you're going to have to move them up because don't forget, you've got to get a sentence underneath these.
Oh, because I was going to put them on top.
Nope. Caption's going underneath the picture.
My Uncle Greg took this picture when my mouth was stuffed for popcorn. And he said, honestly, I don't have any popcorn in my mouth.
That's nice when they put a caption with the picture. Okay, what fraction of the newspaper is used for ads? Where's ads? Okay, and what fraction? You got the fraction. Okay, now go on to the next one. How much of the News Times Journal is used for national news? Where's national? How much?
10 pages.
You could put 10 pages, or you can put the fraction.
We outline them so we know where they go.
You might want to just put a little mark around like the corner so you know where you're going to start it. I wouldn't outline the whole thing, no.
How many pages are in the New Times Journal and all?
Okay, well, how many pages in all? So what are you going to have to do to those numbers? Yep, you can do it here or you can do it on scrap paper, but you have to add all the pages together.
This is a 3/4 wolf, a 1/4 shepherd. It's a German shepherd.
Do you have 2 dogs?
Huh? No. I don't have any dogs.
What's the New Jersey castle there?
What's what?
What's inside of the castle?
You didn't go into it?
We did. We just walked through.
That's all it's there. There's a restaurant at the top of it that you can go into. And all it is it's like a walkway, right? From here to get to the other side and into the Magic Kingdom.
Because I was always wondering what was all the...
Yeah, there's a restaurant upstairs.
Is that
He went to Disney World, right? Not Disneyland. Right, Disney World is in Florida.
Is this Cinderella's castle?
I don't think this is over here.
Are the number of pages in the sports ads? Where's sports? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. Are the number of pages in sports, ads, and international sections? Well, here's sports. Where's ads? Yeah, where's international? No, international it says. See here? International. Okay, are those numbers together? That means what do they want you to do with them?
They want to add them
They want you to add them. Are they more or less than the number of pages in here? So what are you going to have to add?
This one, and this one.
Right, and how many does that come to? Can you do it in your head?
15.
15. Is that more or less than the number in the national?
More.
That's all you have to write. Yeah, we're going to be doing Through the Looking Glass in a couple minutes, but you can read for now.
Do we write introductory paragraph now?
You can write your introductory paragraph, yes. Should have draw lines to write your paragraph. Remember when you're writing your paragraph, Sarah, remember when you're writing your paragraph to indent, complete sentences, 5th grade sentences.
If the national news and
International news.
international news are put together in one section, how many pages would be in that section?
Okay, where's international and national? So now what are you going to have to do to those two numbers?
Up 15.
Okay. Says how many would there be then, so that's all you're going to do. Is there anyone who hasn't finished math today? Then Ken?
Can I tape this down now? Because I'm going to have enough room for my...
Yes, you can tape it down. You can come up and get pieces of tape to, or take it with you. Probably best to put at least 2, maybe 3 on the pictures. Spread it out. They'll be up and around for a while. We may have to retape a few of them.
This girl caught it, but this girl was mad because she was so close. And then after...
Of catching the bouquet?
Yeah, and after she didn't, because she didn't talk to my cousin, she didn't talk to her, and then she said, I'm sorry. So he's amazing.
Let me see your spelling. You finished your page for spelling? Both of them. Why'd you do 2? You should have done 1 page.
Well, I did one, but